Hey guys, this is Ben, the creator with Monumental Heart Media, and today I'm here with Jasmine with First American Title. She's going to tell us a little bit about her story, how she got in the business, and how long she's been in the business overall. With that being said, how did you get started and how long you've been in the business?
Thank you for having me today. There's two parts to that. I think I always joke about is I am the newbie kind of in the business. I just joined First American in August, but I was lucky enough to basically be raised in this industry. I have a family member who has been part of the First American family for close to 20 years. She's been
Wow.
every role in this industry. Oh man, since I can remember, it's everything. So I've been able to meet wonderful people, wonderful companies, be a part of so many great things throughout my quote unquote childhood or life that I finally decided to really take the plunge in it because this is an industry that's always intrigued me. It's exciting. It's very near and dear to my heart. So as much as I am quote unquote just very fresh into this industry, I have a very long background that gives me a drive and a passion that I think sets me apart from some of the other people.
What were you doing prior?
Prior to that, I did medical sales. So I worked with a functional regenerative medicine office and I helped them expand their business from one office to, we had about 8 offices around the time that I left. And before that, I worked for T-Mobile for about 8 years. So I started off as a sales rep with them. And by the time I was leaving, I was in charge of the entire Southwest division.
What was the transition in going from your previous job or career to this? What made you do the final jump where you're like, you know what, this is where I'm going to be at?
So after having my daughter, I decided to take some time off to be home with both of my kids and honestly try out the stay-at-home mom life. And I give any woman that can do that props and credit because it is the hardest job you can do in your entire life. And I needed a little bit more. And sitting down and talking with my family, it's always been an option to really start to dip your toe in it, but I was very hesitant. Just mixing family and work can be a little tricky
Yeah.
sometimes. So there's always that hesitation. And the opportunity presented itself to become a part of a great initiative that First American is truly trying to take to the next level that is near and dear to my heart that finally sold me on it and made me take the next step and saying yes.
Awesome. So it shows a lot, like what I'm getting from you is like your core values of family, your work ethic. It's really important to you. And actually, that's going to be the next set of questions I have for you. What are your core values as an individual and as a professional?
In individual, family, honestly, above all, right? Loyalty in business and in family is one of the biggest things. Respect and integrity. That pretty much sums up me to basically a T, right? I think that in business, you're going to build relationships, especially in this industry. You start to become family and friends with your clients. So it's not just send me your new order and here's a postcard. No, it's really understanding their business, their goals, their needs, because everyone has things going on in the background that we may not be aware of.
So if this is the first time someone has seen maybe a reel or maybe the full podcast, what do you actually do? What do you specialize?
So my role is to support real estate agents. So I call it match.com, right? I connect my real estate agents with escrow officers to help the process of their transaction, right? We're a neutral third party for these real estate agents, right? So we help take money, give the money. That's what we're doing in the back end, right? Myself, I look at it a little bit differently. My role is really to help my agents in their everyday business life. How do we take your business to the next level? Whether you're a new agent or an existing agent, the market has changed drastically. There's things coming out all the time. 10 years ago, a podcast would have been just like, what?
Yeah.
What's the point?
Yeah.
And now it's a great way to get a voice out. It's a great way to get information out, right? But a lot of times people don't know how to initiate that, or they don't know how to connect the dots of who to call, who can we trust, right?
Yeah.
It's literally match.com. Like I'm just connecting dots all different day and many avenues, right? So it's exciting because no day is the same.
No, that's amazing. And that's the cool thing about this line of business is that every day could be different. You get to meet new people. Obviously, like look at your day today. You were at a meeting in Tatum and something, and then now you're here filming a podcast. That's exciting. So overall, what do you feel you do different from other title partners out there? To your referral partners and your realtor partners?
I really get to know them. I ask them why they got into the industry. Whether they're new or old, there's always a story, right?
Yes.
There's a story that sets them apart that they believe at least from another agent. How do we make you creative in this industry? How do we keep building on that? Do you have a foundation? Like I try to take as much time with an agent, whether they're giving me tens of millions of dollars of revenue every month, or they're a new agent that's not going to generate business
Yeah.
probably for at least a year, right? It takes a lot of time. And really focusing on that foundation and being there for the questions that may seem silly, it's building that relationship. And that's really what I try to give any agent. Like you just said, the agent that I was with earlier today has years and years of business relationships and experience. And we can sit down and talk about her family life and why it's affecting her work life and how we can make a balance of it. And I know more than just who is sending me their address for a postcard this afternoon. I know that she's going through things with her family and her in-laws and these things that, okay, so I know how to help her in a different way where she needs a little more support, maybe emotionally, and just holding her hand through getting some of these next steps done to get her business to the next level.
That's amazing. So as you guys already know, Monumental Heart Media is a company that specializes in content creation and social media management. If you've been an entrepreneur for a while, or if you're brand new, there's probably a term you heard. It's called the call to action. What that is, how could people find you online? Do you have a website? Are you on social media? With that being said, what's your call to action?
My call to action, so it's funny, I help people with social media every day, and I'm probably the worst person about it because I have 2 toddlers at home. So when I get home, my phones start to disappear. So like we were joking, I have 2 phones, right? One of them is probably always lost, and it's usually always in a toy bin somewhere. Just I have
That's
to
too
keep it
funny.
somewhere. But my call to action is just let's make something happen.
Yeah.
Whether it be getting your CRM and your contact lists cleaned up and in order. Like, when is the last time you went through your contacts? That's simple. To, all right, let's plan these huge events for these multi-million-dollar houses that you need to get eyes on. Right? It's just make something happen. You know, take that step. Get out of your comfort zone, because that is the only way that you're going to grow in anything you do.
Definitely. So if people want to reach you, are you on Instagram? Do you have a phone number?
Yes. So I'm all over Instagram. It's mostly my kids or my food because I'm a huge foodie.
Yeah.
I have Facebook. You can go on my First American website as well. I have my direct phone number, which I'm happy to give. My Instagram is Jasmine Dolan 92. On Facebook, I'm Jasmine Dolan. My contact number is 480-601-3722. And I am always available. I don't sleep because I have 2 toddlers. So, you know, that's one of the perks.
Super busy. All right. I really appreciate you stopping by, and thank you for your time.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.